Namaste. Welcome, my name is Janet. I've been asked to do this yoga video, which will also include some mindfulness and meditation before we begin our actual yoga practice. So I invite you now to join me, either on a mat or even on the floor. If you wish to lay down on the floor, you should always have a mat underneath you so you don't slip. But you may sit or lay down on the floor and close your eyes. And we're going to be taking deep inhales and exhales through our nose. We deeply inhale to a count of 3 or 4. We hold the breath at the top of the breath, that sacred pause. And then we exhale to the count of 3 or 4 or more. As we inhale, we feel our bellies rise, our chests expand. The air is cool as it enters our nostrils. And then again, that sacred pause before we exhale through our nose, the air warmed now from being held in our nose, down our throat, out our lungs, and out our tummies. Breathing in, we know we are breathing in. Breathing out, we know we are breathing out. And while we're breathing, if a thought should come into our mind, that is absolutely normal, perfectly okay. The most important thing, though, is to not buy into the storyline regarding concerns, worries of tomorrow, things that have passed. It's important just to acknowledge the thought, just a thought, and resume our attention to our breath. If you care to at this time, you may also set an intention for your practice. It can be something along the lines of, may I be at peace. May I be at ease. May I be free from suffering. We can also extend that intention to others. May we all be at peace. May we all be free from suffering. May we all be loved. So let's go now through 5 more cycles of breath, inhaling deeply through our nose, the sacred pause at the top, and then the exhalation out our nose once again. And we'll do that 4 more times. By now, we should be coming to the end of our cycles of breath, coming back to our room. You hear my voice. You may hear traffic passing by you outside, gentle chirping of a bird, the beautiful Native American flute music that's playing in the background. Your eyes can remain open or shut. If you're laying down, please come to a seated position and bring your arms alongside your body. Your eyes can remain open or shut. We'll deeply inhale, arms to the sky, and exhale, arms back alongside our body as we dip our head, chin coming to chest. And we continue with this flow. Inhaling deeply, arms to the sky. Exhaling, arms come down, chin to chest. Now the next time our arms come up over our bodies, we take a deep inhale up, and we're going to turn to the right and let our left arm come in front of us with our right arm falling in back of us as we give ourselves a gentle spinal twist. We inhale, arms to the sky, and now right hand comes forward, left hand in back as we turn to the left. And we continue with this flow. When our arms come up to the sky, we're inhaling. As they come down, we're exhaling. And one more time to either side. And then completing the circle. And we bring our arms back together, palms resting one inside each other. And we draw very small circles with our nose. Circles can gradually become larger. When our head is up, we're inhaling. When our chin comes down, we exhale. Again, the circles can be as small or as large as you wish, never creating a strain on your neck. And when you're ready, we just go in the opposite direction. We bring our head to a neutral position, and we bring our arms alongside our body. As we inhale, we shrug our shoulders up, and as we exhale, the shoulders come back down. And we continue with this flow. Inhaling, where shoulders are up. Exhaling, our shoulders are down. We now stretch our legs out in front of us, and one vertebrae at a time, we slowly roll down onto our backs. And when we get onto our backs, we bring our knees to our chest and gently hug our knees into our chest. We can hold our hands underneath our knees or behind our knees. It's always yogi's choice. And if we wish, we can be playful and rock back and forth and give ourselves a little bit of a back massage. Always being mindful of keeping the small of our back on our mats. We now stretch our legs out long. We bring our arms alongside our body. On the inhale, we're going to circle sweep our arms over our head as if we're making snow angels. Taking a deep inhale, stretching from fingertips to toes, and then the exhale brings our arms back alongside our body. And we continue with this flow. Inhaling, arms overhead. Exhaling, our arms back down. And one more time. We now place the pads of our feet on our mat so that our knees are pointed to the sky and our arms come out to the T. On the exhale, we're going to allow our knees to fall to the right. And if we wish, we can gaze to the left. The inhale brings our knees back to center. The exhale, the knees fall to the left. And if we wish, we can gaze to the right. And again, knees come back to center on the inhale. And we continue with this flow, like a windshield wiper. And our knees come to center. And again, we hug our knees to our chest and take 3 deep inhales and exhales. We'll now place the pads of our feet on our mat. We move our heels as close to our sit bones as we can. Our arms can remain alongside our body, holding on to our heels or our ankles. As we inhale, we raise our bottoms up, ribs come up last. This is called bridge pose. And as we exhale, ribs come down first and bottoms last. And we continue with this flow. Inhaling up, bottoms up. Exhaling, ribs first, bottoms down. And we continue with this flow. And we now hug our knees to our chest and take 3 deep inhales and exhales. We place the pads of our feet back on the mat. We allow the left knee to fall to the left, the right knee to fall to the right. The pads of our feet are facing each other. Our arms are out by our side in that T shape as we relax in a reclining butterfly. And breathe normally. Our knees come to center. We'll move into what's called a reclining pigeon pose. We take our left ankle and cross it above our right knee. Our left arm goes through our legs and grabs onto the inside of our right thigh. Our right hand grabs the outside of our right thigh. And we flex our feet and gently pull our right thigh toward us. The small of our back should be pressed against the mat, and you should feel a nice gentle pull along your left gluteal muscle. And breathe normally. We return the right foot to the mat. We uncross the left ankle, and now we take our right ankle, cross it above our left knee. The right arm goes through the legs, grabs the inside of the left thigh. Our left arm grabs the outside of the left thigh, and with our feet flexed, we gently pull our left thigh toward us, toward our chest. And now we should feel the gentle pull along our right gluteal muscle. And everything returns to the mat. We now roll over to one side or the other, and with your uppermost arm, you gently push yourself up so that we're sitting upright now, and we come to a neutral tabletop position. So with neutral tabletop, our wrist joints are stacked neatly underneath our shoulders, our knees are stacked neatly underneath our hips, and we'll flow with what's called cow and cat. With cow, we inhale, we allow our bellies to fall, we arch our back, we look up toward the sky. And with cat, we exhale, we arch our back, looking toward our toes. And we flow with cow and cat. With cow, the belly falls, we inhale, look up to the sky, arching our back. With cat, we exhale, our back raises, and we look toward our feet. And we flow with cow and cat. And one more time to cow. And one more time to cat. Then we push ourselves back so that our chest is resting on the top of our thighs and come into what's called child's pose. With child's pose, our forehead is resting on the mat. We may have our arms stretched out in goal post or behind us. It's always yogi's choice. And we take 3 deep breaths. And at any time during our practice, we may always return to child's pose as a place of rest. We come back to our neutral tabletop. We place our hands a little bit more forward than they were before, so they're not stacked underneath us. On the inhale, we're going to push ourselves forward, and then we're going to draw circles as we push ourselves back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. And when we get to the top, we reverse the flow and go in the opposite direction. We return to our neutral tabletop with our wrists stacked underneath our shoulders. We now push ourselves back for child's pose. 3 deep breaths. We come back up to our neutral tabletop and we'll prepare to thread the needle. We place our right hand underneath our head. Our left hand is going to go underneath our right armpit. We're going to arch our back as we rest on the left side of our head and our left shoulder. Our back should be arched, and we're threading the needle. You can always adjust your right arm to wherever you're comfortable. We're resting on the left side of our head and our left shoulder. We raise ourselves up, and now we take our right hand and go underneath our left arm, now resting on the right side of our head and our right shoulder as we thread the needle on the other side. We raise ourselves up. We make sure that our wrists are stacked underneath our shoulders, our knees are stacked underneath our hips. We're going to use our right leg as a kickstand. So we're going to kick our right leg out. Our right hand is going to come under our head. We're going to pivot to the left so that our left leg is out long. If we wish, we can raise our left hand, and with our foot flex, we can also raise our left leg. And this is a side angle pose. We can also remain with our foot down and our arm down. It's always yogi's choice. And everything comes back to the earth. We now use our left leg as the kickstand. Our right leg goes out long. If we wish, we can raise our right leg as we flex our foot and also raise our right arm. as we perform side angle on the other side. And everything comes back down to earth. And we push ourselves back to child's pose and take 3 deep breaths. We're now going to curl our toes under and bring ourselves up to what's called downward facing dog. And if we wish, we can pedal our feet, get some warmth in our calf muscles, like a runner's lunge. Our weight is equally distributed between our hands and our feet. Our feet are about hip distance apart. We shake our head yes. We shake our head no. With our knees generously bent, we walk ourselves up so that our feet meet our hands, and we hang in a forward fold. And forward fold can take many different poses. We can rest with our hands on a mat. If we have a block, we can put our hands on a block. We can be in what's called monkey pose, where our hands rest on our shin and our back is flat. We can also rest with our hands on our thighs. We may rest with our arms dangling or holding on to each elbow. So there are many different poses for our forward fold. Our feet should be a little bit wider than hip distance apart. This will help us as we rise up, which we're now going to do in what's called a reverse swan dive. So we very gently inhale up, our head comes up last, our arms come up to the sky as we inhale, and as we exhale, we bring our hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra, and bow our heads. So we'll continue with this flow. Inhaling up, exhaling to forward fold. Holding and forward fold. Bending our knees as we reverse swan dive, inhaling up, arms to the sky. Exhaling, hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. We'll do this flow 2 more times. Now when our hands come to heart center, we take 3 deep inhales and exhales. Perhaps recalling your intention if you set one at this time. We're now going to face the long end of our mat, so we're going to turn. And we're going to have our feet at a 45-degree angle. We'll test bend our knees to be sure that we can still see our toes, making sure that we're equally balanced in both feet. And we'll move into what's called moonflower. So we start with our hands pointed to the sky and a 5-pointed star. This is the inhale, and as we exhale, we'll be bending our knees, bringing our elbows to our waist. And we flow with moonflower, inhaling up and exhaling down. The next time we come up, we're going to let our thumbs touch each other. And as our hands come down, we're going to pivot our backs and allow our pinkies to touch as we bend our knees and come into sunflower. So inhaling up, thumbs are touching, legs are straight. Exhaling, pivoting at the back, bending our knees, and our pinkies touch. And we now flow with sunflower. The next time we come up, we'll bend our knees, bring our hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra, and we'll hold for a count of 3. We straighten out our legs. Our feet now are parallel each other. We'll pivot at the waist and come into a straddle leg forward fold. And again, the forward fold may take very many poses. We can put our hands on our thighs, passing over our knee joints. Hands can be on shins. They can dangle. They can be held elbow to elbow. We can have our hands on a block if that's available. Or we can bring our hands down to the ground. And we remain in forward fold, breathing deeply. We now place our right hand underneath our head. As we inhale, we're going to shoot the star, so our left hand sweeps behind us. And then as we exhale, the star falls back to earth. And now we use our right hand to shoot our star behind us as we inhale up and allow the star to fall back to earth. And we continue with this flow, inhaling up and exhaling down. And one more time to the right. And one more time to the left. With our knees generously bent, we help ourselves up. We face the front of our mat and take 3 deep inhales up and down. The next time we inhale up, as we exhale, we're going to allow our right arm to fall to the right as we very gently tilt to the right. We inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, the left arm comes down, and we tilt to the left. And we continue with this flow. One more time to the right, and one more time to the left. And our hands come up and down to our heart, and we take 3 deep breaths. We'll now move into our warrior poses. We'll start with warrior 1. We're facing the front end of our mat. We're going to bring our right foot in front of us. Our back foot is in back of us at about 10 o'clock. We're going to gently bend that right leg, making sure we can still see our toes. And when we're ready, we bring our hands to either heart center, to goal post, or to the sky. And again, you may recall your intention now if you wish. We bring our arms down, we hold them at heart center. We move our left leg a little closer now, so there's not as much distance between the left leg and the right leg. We're going to pivot over our right thigh. Again, we can place our hands on our thigh, passing over the knee joint, on a shin, on blocks, or to the earth. We want a little bit of a micro bend in that right knee. We never want to lock our joints. And this is called our pyramid pose. And we let our head hang. We generously bend that right knee as we help ourselves up. We now face the long end of our mat. So we're going to turn our torso to face the long end of our mat. We're going to take that left foot and place it in back of us so that the left foot is at the end of our mat, parallel the end of our mat. And we're going to move into Warrior Two. So with Warrior Two right now, our right foot should be in front of us bent. That hasn't moved, but we've now turned our torso to the long end of our mat. Our left foot is parallel the back end of our mat. And now we shoot our arms out. And this is our Warrior Two. We're gazing over the middle part of our right hand, which is in front of us. Everything should be in alignment. Our shoulders should not be hunched, they should be relaxed, and our arms should be below our shoulders. We're now going to shoot our arrows. So we exhale, we swing our left arm forward, and as we inhale, we pull the bow back. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. And one more time, exhale and inhale. Let's drop our left hand, let it lay on our left thigh, flip open our right palm, keeping our right knee bent, and we raise our right arm to the sky, and this is our reverse warrior. We keep that right knee bent. We bring our arm down, and we're going to rest our forearm on our right knee, and this is a side angle pose. If we wish, we can also raise our left arm to the sky. Our right palm should be facing the sky. If our arm is raised, we bring it down. We straighten ourselves up. We straighten out that right leg. And now we raise our right arm in a reverse triangle. So the only difference between reverse warrior and reverse triangle is whether or not your knee is bent. With the reverse warrior, your knee is bent. With reverse triangle, your knee is straight. We lower our right arm. We're going to pivot over our right leg. We're going to take our right arm and slowly move it to wherever we're comfortable as we prepare for our triangle pose. We can remain at our thigh, passing over the knee, down to the shin, down onto a block, to our foot, or to the mat. And if we wish, we can raise our left hand, and this is our triangle pose. We generously bend our right knee as we help ourselves up. We face the long end of our mat. Feet are about hip distance apart. We take our 3 deep breaths. Before we go into our warrior poses on the other side, we'll perform our flying bird pose. So we bring our hands to heart center. We put our weight into our left foot. On the inhale, we spread our wings and allow our right foot to tip backwards. On the exhale, we bring our wings in and bring hands to heart center. We'll do this 5 times. Now the next time we tip our foot back, we're going to move into a stork pose. So we inhale back, bring our right foot up, and exhale it down. We'll do this 5 times. Inhale, knee up, exhale down. And we shake ourselves out. Now we go to the other side. So the weight now is distributed into our right foot. Hands come to heart center. We inhale back and exhale forward. We'll do this 5 times. And last time. And now we'll move into stork, where we inhale backwards, the knee comes up, and we exhale down. We'll do this 5 more times. And last time. And we shake ourselves out. We do a little washing machine motion, getting the kinks out of our waist. And now we'll move to the warrior 1 and 2 positions on our left side. So now the left foot comes to the front of the mat. The right foot is in back of us. The right foot is about 2 o'clock. The left foot is pointed straight. When we're ready, we bend that left knee, making sure we can still see our toes. And when we're ready, we bring hands to heart center, to goalpost, or to the sky. And if you wish, you can recall your intention at this time. May I be at peace. May I be at ease. May I be free from suffering. May I be loved. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be at ease. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be loved. We bring our hands down. We straighten out that left foot. We bring our right foot a little bit closer now so there's not so much distance. And when we're ready, we're going to pivot over our left thigh. Again, our hands can remain at heart center. On our thigh, passing over our knee joint, on our shin, on a block if we have them available, or down towards the earth with that micro bend in our left knee. And we come to our pyramid pose. Breathe deeply. We put a generous bend in that left knee as we help ourselves up. We're now going to turn to the long end of the mat. The right foot now is parallel the back end of the mat. The left leg stays exactly where it is, pointed toward the front of the mat. Our torso now is pointing at the long end. Again, the right foot is parallel the back end, and we shoot our arms out into our warrior two pose. Breathing deeply. We exhale the air and we inhale as we shoot our arrow and pull our bow. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. We now flip our left palm up. We allow the right arm to fall onto our thigh, and with our left knee bent, we come into our reverse warrior, feeling a lovely stretch on the left side of our waist. We now pull that left arm down. We rest the forearm of our left arm on our left thigh with our left palm facing up. And if we wish, we can raise our right arm to the sky in a side angle pose. We continue to breathe, breathing through our poses at all times. We now straighten out that left leg, bringing our left arm up, and we come into our reverse triangle. Our left arm comes down, and now we slowly slide it down our left leg, stopping at wherever we're comfortable. It can be at our thigh, passing over the knee joint to the shin on a block if we have that available. Wherever your level of comfort is, if you wish, you can also raise your right hand as we come into our triangle pose. Generously bend that left knee as we help ourselves up. We straighten out our left leg, and now we come into our reverse triangle. And our arm comes down. We face the front of our mat and take 3 deep inhales up, stretching from fingertips to toes and exhaling down. We now rest in mountain pose with our chin to our chest. Our palms are facing forward. If we wish, we can raise our head up. We can close our eyes if we wish and recall our intention once again. And this is our mountain pose. Our feet are rooted into the earth. Our heads are poised to the sky. And we breathe deeply. We now prepare for our balancing pose. My mat is on a carpet. I'm not sure where your mat is, but just remember, we're going to be doing a tree pose, and trees sway in the wind. So if I fall out of pose, that's why they call it a practice. So for tree pose, we bring hands to heart, Anjali Mudra. I'm placing the weight into my right foot. My left foot is going to go out. It's going to be pulled toward my right foot, and it can stay there, or we can perform the tree pose in a more challenging fashion by bringing it up to our calf muscle or higher to our thigh muscle. And if we wish, we can grow our branches. It helps to focus on a focal point on the ground and remember to breathe. And remember, the trees sway in the wind. It's all a practice. And when we're ready, we come out and shake out our legs. And we prepare for tree pose on the other side. Hands come to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Our weight now is in our left foot. Our right foot comes out. We pull it toward the left foot. Again, it can stay there, or we can build our tree by bringing it up to our calf muscle or higher if we wish. And if we wish, we can grow our branches. And when we're ready, we come out of this, we shake our legs out. Again, we shake our arms out and take 3 deep inhales up and down. With the next inhale, we're going to inhale up and swan dive down as we exhale and forward fold. Our right leg is going to go behind us. It's going to be followed by our left leg. We can remain in this plank pose on or off our knees. It's yogi's choice. We're going to, in a wave-like motion, very slowly lower ourselves down to our tummies. We're going to inhale up to baby cobra and exhale down. We're going to inhale up as we push ourselves back and then exhale once we get to child's pose. We come back to our plank pose, on or off our knees. We lower ourselves chaturanga in a wave-like motion down on our tummies. We inhale up to cobra. We exhale down. We inhale up and exhale once we get to child's pose. And one more time. We come to our plank pose, on again or off our knees, lowering ourselves down. Inhaling up to cobra and exhaling down. And inhaling up and exhaling once we get to child's pose. And at child's pose, let's take 3 deep breaths. Let's raise ourselves up to our neutral tabletop, swinging our legs forward so that we have them knees bent, with our feet planted on the earth. And we can stay in what's called sunbather's pose, so that we're leaning back on our hands, like this. We can give ourselves a little bit more challenge by raising our legs to build core strength. We can also bring ourselves to boat by pulling oars out of the water. And if we wish a very, very challenging core strengthening pose, we can attempt to straighten out our legs. Don't hold your breath, breathe through the pose. And when we're ready to come down, very slowly we lower ourselves down to the mat and hug our knees to our chest. Take 3 deep breaths. We stretch our legs out long. Our arms are alongside our body. We inhale, circle sweeping our arms over our head as we create those snow angels with our arms, stretching from fingertips to toes, exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down, and one more time we inhale up, and we exhale down. We now come to an inversion pose, which is called legs up the wall. We can hold our legs like this. We can hold our legs like this. We can even go into a shoulder stand if we wish. It's always yogi's choice, but the basic inversion is this. We hold this for 10 breaths. That cough was the 5 breath mark. We have about 5 more breaths to go. Or we can come out of this whenever we're ready. We send our legs out straight. And we now rest in what's called Shavasana, final relaxation. Palms should be facing up. And we just rest from the hard work that we did during our yoga practice today. Good work, yogis. You did a wonderful job. You may continue to rest if you wish. I'm going to roll onto my side into a fetal pose and then push myself up into a seated pose. Our backs are straight. We're breathing normally in and out our nose. And we'll now move to seal our practice together by taking 3 deep inhales up and down. And with the last inhale up, we're going to bring our palms together, Anjali Mudra, toward our heart as we bow our heads. I thank you all for practicing with me on the mat today. I wish you peace. I wish you health. I wish you safety. And I wish you love. May the light within me honor and respect the light within you. Namaste.